consistency always matters, and you must see the results. This is not you are consistent for like 1 month, 2 months, and you are not seeing. You must see the results if you do it every day. But if you're not the person, if you're the person that always give up, you cannot do it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the new Twistcast episode. My name is Peter, and today as well we go raw and unpolished. There is some certain kind of work that keeps businesses moving, but doesn't really get seen very often. And today we get to talk to someone who actually lives in that world. Details, the clarity, and the calm inside the chaos. She helps founders, teams, and clients to reclaim time, reduce stress, and actually breathe again. So I'm really glad that she is here with us today. And I have so many questions to ask her because I know that we will get great and deep responses from her. Ezike, welcome to Twistcast.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I appreciate.
Thanks a lot, Ezike. You work in a world that most people don't really see. So it's like the behind the scenes world where everything depends on clarity, on consistency, and staying calm when things get really chaotic. And we know that this can happen quite often. So what's the biggest misconception that people have about what a virtual assistant really does?
The misconception is that people think that virtual assistant does just small tasks, and it's a very wrong thing because we help people stay organized, save their time, and also manage their business to run smoothly. So it's more strategic that, than what people assumes.
So actually what I understand from you is that you don't just tick boxes, right, or do small tasks. So the real work is actually that strategy that you said to make someone else's world like a run smoother before they even ask.
Yes, yes, that's
Okay.
it.
Uh, you often talk, I noticed, especially on LinkedIn when you are very active and have a huge number of followers. So you often talk about reclaiming time and reducing stress. I can see like those your posts about this part, which is really brilliant. I really love when I bump onto your stories like this. I want to ask you here, what's the first early sign that someone's workflow is actually out of control?
Okay, the first red flag is when everything becomes urgent, when the person can't even be able to explain his or her priorities, and every task is in last minutes. This is the red flag for any workflow that is uncontrollable. Yes.
It's a classic spiral that happens usually with clients. Like everything is urgent, nothing is clear. I feel that also sometimes as a project manager as well. It just gets suddenly you're just not managing tasks, so you're just managing panic of people that comes out of a sudden, and that's actually and usually where communication makes or breaks the whole things. There is no some middle ground. You wrote recently about the quiet power of proactive communication. I caught that post. Why is it so underrated?
For a proactive communication, first of all, it builds trust. You understand? Mhm.
Mhm.
So when you have a client and that client don't need to be chasing you with updates, whereby this will make that client to feel like, this person, yeah, I'm safe in the hands of this VA. not to be stressed. So this makes you from task giver to a task doer, and it will lead into a partnership with your client. So this is all about what proactive communication builds.
Completely agree with you because once trust is there, everything changes somehow. I've
Yes,
noticed that.
everything. Like when the clients just bring out something to do, not that the clients will be, do I have meeting here? Do I have meeting there? No, you are the one as the VA that has to update him before he even wake up from bed. Let me just say you bring out like 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, I need to update because of, some clients has big schedule and you have to help them out. So this makes the client to be safe, feel safe where you are, not to be updating you on what to do. So this is what proactive communication.
I think that really having trustworthy communication and also that feeling that their client fully trusts you, it makes it somehow easier for us, right? For us, I mean,
Yes.
for you as a virtual assistant. And I'm just really relating with you because I'm on a daily communication with clients, and then when you build trust, things go easier. But very interesting add on this one. I want to hear your opinion. Do you think that gaining trust from clients at the same time makes you have things fully under control?
Yes, because I have this. Okay, let me just talk about my first client. When I came new, he said, before you put out any job, tell me, screenshot what you wrote, and then let me see it. So at a point, he just got that trust to the extent anything that I'm doing, he will not even look at it. They just do it as you want, just do it. Like you have control about everything that is moving on that platform to the extent the person that is handling the website page, that is creating the website page, what he did, because he's very busy, he have to do what? Send the person to me. I said, oh yeah, guide this person. I was like, am I a web developer? So, but I did not tell him that. I didn't say that, but I say it in my mind. I was like, wow, how can I do this? But I did it. And he was like, wow, this is good. This is nice. That proactiveness made him to build that trust, and which lead into a partnership.
This is really great example, and thank you very much for sharing it. And I believe you have so many of similar ones where you can easily prove that trust is everything. So I think that definitely the stress drops in the client's mind as well, and then decisions get resolved faster. That's actually the main point. So you don't go back and forth so many times, because if someone trusts your words, that's a winning point, and that's some clear sign that shows you that you actually succeeded. Ezike, you handle inboxes, schedules, tasks, like a customer issues, many things. I would say like everything in one batch. So I would like to know what's one thing that people should stop doing immediately if they want some smoother communication.
People need to stop assuming. Yeah, you need to be clarified rather than just bringing out an error, delay, and frustration. And when you are not clarified about something, always ask questions. Just like me, asking questions without guessing. Hey, my client asked me to do this. You'll be like, I did not hear what he said clearly, oh, but let me just do it. This will make you to have, as you are doing it, you will delay and there will be an errors. And when you submit it to him or her, it will bring a frustration. He or she will be like, what is she doing? Wait, is she okay? You understand? So instead of you to To bring out such thing for yourself, you need to be asking questions, even if it is 100 times, so that you will bring out something solid, something professional. So that's it.
That's the one. I'm cheering for that, Ezike, and I can see the enthusiasm. And when you talk about this, that this is really something that's true. And thanks a lot for bringing this to audience, because this can really help people. I will be back to the point when you said that people should stop assuming. I think that assumptions are a critical point in today's society. Assumptions are where good 80% even of problems start. So once people stop guessing and then try to start checking or asking, as you say, like asking every single time, then everything gets calmer. And that matters even more when tension rise, like with complaints. Is the same thing. But when we speak about complaints, I've noticed on your profile that you worked also in customer service before. So can you share a moment with us where staying calm changed the outcome?
Let me just use the experience that I got, my recent customer experience. So it happens that the company that I'm handling, they sell hair straightener. It happens that there was a delay, and she have to, you know how customers used to be. So she was shouting, why the delay? So I have to, you don't need to exchange words with the person. All you need to do is just to stay calm. You listen, then you acknowledge the frustration. So this made her to feel heard. And then whenever the customers feel heard, they will change their tone. You understand? And I quickly solved the problem. And later on, she was like, I'm so sorry for shouting on you. So, and after everything, she was happy. So, calmness really smooths conflict.
Not sometimes, I think most of the times happens that the situation is out of our hands. If your words toward the client shine with trust, this is something that makes you half job done, even when something is out of your hands. Ezike, you've seen founders burn out because they try to do everything alone. Why is delegation so hard? And what does healthy delegation look like?
When it comes to delegation, it's not even many people that understand that delegation, most especially when it comes to the newbies. So, the delegation, why people don't like doing it is like they will feel like this person is not gonna be able to do this for me the way that I want it. So they lose control. Let's leave VA work. Let's go to real life something. Let's use an example, okay, about me. I love cooking, and my cooking is more better than my mom's own. So, and
Okay.
whenever my sisters, whenever they visit me, they would be like, ah, your food is more delicious than mommy. Can you teach me? I'll be like, no, I cannot do that, because I would be afraid that she cannot do it the exact way that I want. So this, for unhealthy delegation, that it has to be clear, realistic instruction plus trust. I have to guide them, tell them what to do, without not going or doing. You need to address the person on what to do, on how to do it, then not to be like a micromanagement. That is a proper way of saying a healthy delegation. So you have to build that trust, and then instruct. That's it.
It's a brilliant example that you done with cooking, and I think that most people wonder just what you said. Like, if I let go, will it still be done the way I would do it? And that's the biggest fear in people why they don't usually delegate. And again, the right word that you mentioned is the micromanagement that is usually born out of that mindset. But that mindset also follows people into business overall. So I think that I don't know, like it's very difficult to get out of that mindset if you are already following that for years. But I believe that some good time is needed for that to be processed. And again, it's a subjective thing, so it depends from person to person. Some of people they can delegate easily, but I think majority of people don't. So that's the problem.
Yes, it depends on yes, yes, it depends on the maturity and how the person understands. So that's it.
Ezike, let me ask you something a bit different. You often say, keep showing up even when no one is clapping. Where did that mindset come from? Is this something personal, or is this something that you also learned from some other leaders that you followed?
I learned it personal, and also it was more of hearing it on LinkedIn when I started. I made a mention of going for an event that Dr. Vivian always handles. Consistency always matters, and you must see the results. This is not you are consistent for like 1 month, 2 months, and you're not see. You must see the results. If you do it every day, but if you're not the person, if you're the person that always give up, you cannot do it. And also when my daddy will be like, that's you did not do well today does not mean you will not do well tomorrow. So for you to achieve that, you have to be consistent on everything that you are doing in this life, whether business, whether studies, anything. And it always gives the result. The result speaks for itself. So that's it. And this is where it comes from.
It definitely pays off sooner or later. I really love that enthusiasm, Enrique, and brilliant quote and explanation as well on this. But I always like to say as well, I fully support you on that. I'm also the living proof that consistency is the key. And I always love to say to people that consistency builds efficiency. And that's always the thing that's happening in life. Whatever you do, either you are with your work, with your job, is with your clients, or even in the personal life, always be consistent. I think we are moving slowly to the end. So, but before we wrap, I have one small twist for you. So I'll give you a few real life scenarios. You deal with them all the time. I mean, I hope so. Let's see. You will tell me which direction you would take and what really happens next because of that choice. Your client messages you late in the day. Like, for example, I don't know what's happening anymore. Just fix it. So they don't want any excuses. Do you jump in quietly and start fixing, or you pause, realign expectations, and make sure you're solving the right problem?
What I will do is I have to pause to understand what is going on, to know what to do before I will start. So you cannot just you see somebody that is having the problem with each other, you just come in immediately and start without you have to be clarified. That's why I said clarification is so important. Know what is happening, get calm, understand, what is going on, ask question before anything, before solving any problem. So this is what I would do. This is me. Yeah.
That's really nice, Ezike. Really nice. I like how you actually broke this down with calm and peace. That somehow reflects what you are actually, if I'm reading properly, and it really shows how those small decisions can shape the pace, the trust, like the whole working relationship that you can build with the client. Thanks a lot for that, Ezike. And I think we are very close to finish. So, for someone listening who feels overwhelmed or let's say behind, what's one simple first step they can take today? What would you recommend to them?
Okay, I recommend them that they should start with a top three tasks that they have today, and they finish one. So when you start, when you bring out the three tasks that you have today, make sure that you finish one. When you finish one, hey, that is when you will tell yourself, yeah, I finished this task. Do you understand? Instead of trying to rush, get everything, you got to do what? Just try to focus on one and finish it at the same time. That's it.
I think that even us who are well organized get really some struggles with it. And thanks a lot for that. Ezike, thank you for opening up the curtain on a world that keeps so many businesses functioning. This is really fascinating. I haven't had a contact with anyone who is in your expertise yet, and I really appreciate your clarity and your calm way of explaining things. I can hear the calm in your voice, and it's really wonderful. Along, of course, with the lessons that people don't really hear about very often. I really appreciate that, and thanks for being with us today. I'm so happy that you accepted my invitation, and I'm super excited to that I had a conversation with you today.
Okay, thank you too for the invitation. I'm so happy.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Conversation like this remind me that real progress often comes from the small and consistent things. The way we communicate, the way we organize, the way we show up. If this episode gave you something to reflect on, make sure to follow, please, the show on YouTube and Spotify. New Twistcast episodes drop every Monday. Thank you and see you in the next one. Bye bye.